Good morning, and welcome to the Saturday morning ritual. Whew, man, that was a whirlwind of getting ready. This Loki this morning, he didn't want to walk so much on his walk. Is just sit there. He laid down and was just like, "I'm enjoying the day, so we're just gonna hang out here for a while." So like 20 minutes later, he finally wanted to move. So anyway, it's been quite a morning. I was wondering, do you ever feel like someone's always listening, by the way? I know sometimes I do a lot. I was telling my husband the other day about how I wanted to get a new couch, and because ours is just not, great. And I've been sleeping on it a lot because I don't want Loki to go up and down the stairs, and it's not great for sleeping on. Anyway, I want to get a new couch. And then I logged into my computer like the next day, and here are all these ads for couches. I'm like, what in the world, was Alexa listening to me or what? I mean, am I supposed to believe that all these smart devices are just, or all of these companies anyway, am I supposed to believe that they're just so smart and all their data analysis and all their algorithms are just so amazing that they can anticipate whenever I'm going to go shopping for a couch? Or are they really truly listening to me? Do you think it's creepy? Do you think it's creepy how something like that happens? Have you ever had that happen to you? Oh man, but I don't think that our devices are the only things that are listening to us. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a second. But first, welcome to the Saturday morning ritual. I'm Deanna. I'm your host. I'm not a weight loss coach, and I'm not going to pitch you to join my club or anything like that. I'm just here talking about stuff because I find it fascinating, and that I hope that it can help someone out there, maybe even just you. So welcome. Let us know if you are watching or listening. And what was the last piece of furniture that you bought? What was the last piece of furniture you bought? So welcome, welcome. I'm going to welcome everybody here in just a second.
Can be so much more than who we are. So much more than who we are. We can knee deep in while the world just falls apart. At the rise above it all. We can.
Yay, welcome everybody. I just want to welcome Misty and Mary and Ron and everyone to the live stream this morning. Oh, I'm not seeing anybody tell me what kind of furniture that they bought yet. I am not seeing that. Your adjustable. Oh man, I love an adjustable bed. My hair looks like it needs to be redone. Your new bed. Oh, it's so nice to get a new bed, isn't it? I love getting a new bed. So Saturday mornings for me, they used to look a whole bunch differently. It was like Saturday morning cartoons, laying about, not doing much of anything, not getting motivated to do anything till like late in the afternoon. And boy, it's a whole different thing now. But one of my most important Saturday morning rituals now is the Saturday morning ritual. It's a time for me to take stock of the prior week, kind of reflect on what went well, what didn't go so well, what would I do differently in the future, and to just cheer on my friends and to support them in their awesome weight loss endeavors or their personal endeavors. I don't really care. I'm not going to discriminate against anyone. Whatever you were working on, if you want to work on it with us, I'm happy to have you. So anyway, we have a ritual. So we're going to wake up our bodies here in just a second. Whenever I get done talking, we're going to celebrate our successes. We're going to journal about it. And we used to journal about our setbacks too, but guess what? I'm the CEO of this little show here. I make up the programming, and I'm making a programming change, and we're not going to do that part anymore. I'm adding a new segment later on and it's called Identity and Beliefs, and we're getting rid of setbacks. So let me know if you're sad about that or if you're happy about that. I would love to know. So let's just see what else. So couch and a recliner Mary got. It's been a while. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Oh, yes. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. I was going to wear my dog mom shirt because if you guys don't know me, I don't have any children. I am just a pet mom. But I was running short on time because of that nice little walk this morning. So Ooh, 25 miles worth of walking for the month. Exciting. That is excellent. Way to go. Uh-oh. What she got on a roll. I can't wait. Can't wait to see. Ooh, can't wait to see. Speaking of 25 miles for the month, it's time for our brain body connection. Movement is considered the human being's first language. Movements strengthen the neural pathways between the brain and the body. They help with thought, creativity, intelligence. Sleep movement helps with sleep, even. Oh, there's so many amazing, excellent benefits of movement. And I guess maybe that's why I'm going to the music and movement convention in early June, because movement is so important. The movement and music convention, June 2nd in Jefferson City, Missouri, if anybody is interested. Um, anyway, so we're going to do a little bit of little, you know, promo there. We're going to do some movement real quick. We're just going to get up and move our bodies to wake up that blood flow and, get us moving. So I got to put my coffee down because it's hard to move whenever you got coffee in your hand. Anyway, let's get up, do whatever I do on the screen, or do whatever you want to do. Just move your body in a way that feels good for you, is healthy for you, whatever it may be. Do it. Do it, do it, do it.
Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke. I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body.
Yay! So did everybody get up and move their body? Did everybody?
So many lights. With us tonight, night.
Not yet. Not yet. It's not time for that yet. Oh no, what did I do? Here we go. Like, what did I do? Walking goal is 100 miles for the month. I wonder how many miles I'm at. I have no idea. I don't know. On a roll. On a roll. So, y'all warmed up now? Are you ready to tell me about your successes this week? I know Ron has a huge success. He did all that walking. Who else has a success that they would like to share with us? A success. Anybody have a success that they would like to share with the group? Successes are so important. It really doesn't matter how small they are. It's always important to acknowledge the efforts that we're putting in, no matter how small they are. It kind of just encourages to our subconscious, which we're going to talk about a lot, that this is good. This is what we want to be doing, despite how we used to do or how we used to behave or what we used to think, that this is a positive thing for us. For 30 minutes, you're getting to it. It's an hour that you want to do, right, Misty? An hour, I think. And you got through the 30 minutes, and that's really great. I'm so happy for you. That is so awesome. So very awesome. I I've been practicing my poi a lot, which is my little my spin balls, and because of this talent show thing that I'm participating in, and I learned some new tricks this week, so I'm really excited with that. I managed to get my steps in, which I'm really proud about that. I ever since I kind of started this thing where these are mandatory and listing out these things are extra. And I don't get to do the extra things until the mandatory things are done. And really keeping that commitment to myself, keeping that promise that I made to myself that these are mandatory, these are extra. If you have time, you can do the extra stuff. So I tend to not procrastinate as much, and I tend to put more emphasis on doing the mandatory things because I want to get to the extra things that I really, really want to do, but I can't until the mandatory things are done. So it's been a good strategy. It's been working out well for me. So I'm really proud about that. That's one of my successes, working for a full hour. That's what I thought. I can't read without my glasses. Oh my gosh. I want to pick up some leg and wrist weight, maybe help with, oh yeah, that would be awesome to do. Definitely. Okay, so even if you didn't share a success, I'm sure that you had a success. There's something that you were successful at. I can't wait to get rid of this stupid retainer that I wear. It's just, hi, hello, and welcome. I'm Deanna. I'm weird. Anyway, whenever you had your success, let me know. How did you, and think about this. We're going to journal about this. Don't tell me right away. Think about it for a second. How did you talk to yourself when that happened? Did you say, yeah, good job? Was there other thoughts? Were there other sentences that followed that? Try and replay all of the thoughts that you had, all of them. Not just the first initial thought, but all of the thoughts. And I'm going to leave you here to...
Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes. It's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, one shot. I don't belong to somewhere else than where I lay my bags. It's so hard to stay up and don't hide away behind the same old mask. But tonight I got the cool and I wanna go dance with you. So if you are in the mood, it's worth it. We don't belong with masks on. Leave them here and don't look back. So many lights with us tonight. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes. It's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, so many lights with us tonight. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes. It's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. Oh, that's all we got. One moment, one shot. That's all we got.
Who? One moment, one shot. What did you guys write about? Let me know. Whenever you had your success and you had that, well, maybe it even wasn't even an initial thought. Yes, good job. Way to go. Did anybody write down anything negative? Like, I'll never be able to keep this up. I don't deserve this. That's unbelievable. How did that ever happen? Anything, any thoughts along those kind of streams of consciousness come up for you whenever you had your success this week? Like, oh wow, that's just crazy. How did I do that? Anything? Just wondering if you're like so many other people that are out there that can't always accept the good, like, oh, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop type of thing, or, just always a pessimist. So many different other ways to kind of describe this. But I think that whenever we really sit down and we listen to our thoughts, it's not always just, yay, good job, way to go. Sometimes there's this little inner dialogue that's a little bit more negative. And we're going to talk about that. Because we're talking about listening. My husband says, that I'm not listening to him. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. My hearing, I don't know what it is, but I find like it's getting harder and harder for me to hear him. And it's like, is he mumbling? Is he talking quieter? What is going on here? And he's always looking at me like, what did you say? Or I'm always asking him, what did you say? But he always says, what did you say to me? Because bad habit that I picked up whenever I was a teenager was that whenever my mom would tell me some news or information that I didn't want, as the, teenager that I would always just like walk away and then mumble under my breath, which wasn't so much under my breath, something, I don't know. And then she would always just look at me, Deanna, what did you say? Never learned to keep those phrases up here in my head. I always kind of still mumble under my breath. But as many times as my mom yelled at me for sulking away and having something to say about it with my back talk that I didn't think that she could hear, I still do it. Oh, what did you say? But have you ever said, what did you just say to yourself? I know that I have had to correct myself a lot of times in the past few years because silly things. I'll say to myself, I don't like exercise. Like, okay, that's not true. You've been exercising for 4 years consistently now, so you can stop saying that at any point in time. I'm a very picky eater. That's not true. I'm not actually a very picky eater. It's just something I used to tell myself, and I have this habit of continuing to say it. Oh, I'm lazy. That still comes out of my mouth sometimes. I'm lazy. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. What kind of inputs do you hear from yourself? Ooh, I wish I gotta find my glasses again. I've been doing some research on shame. Shame is just the worst. Shame is the worst. And if we could just, if I was Miss America and they asked me, what do you want to do? I want to eliminate shame from, I guess not from completely, because there are some times when people need to feel shame, I guess, but from weight loss. I want to, eliminate shame from weight loss because it seriously complicates things. And that's a good kind of like transition here, because where do we hear these things from? Where are the inputs where we hear stuff from? Sometimes, the media can make us feel shameful. Sometimes it's our friends, it's our family, other external influences. It could be cultural, it could be social conditioning, it could have been messages that we heard when we were a small little child. There's all these messages, and they can make us feel all sorts of ways. And all that's information, it's stored in our brain and it's processed in our subconscious. And it's using that information that we got from all of these different inputs, from our friends, from our family, from social media, from all of it. Our subconscious is using this information. It plays a really big role in influencing our behaviors, our thoughts, our responses. And a lot of the times it's doing it without us even being aware of its impact. It's crazy how the subconscious works. The subconscious mind is so good at processing all this information at really huge speeds. It can just like scan a room and see if you think that someone is unsafe in an instant. It knows everything, our memories, our emotions, our learned behaviors. It's all stored away for future reference. Oh my gosh, one big thing is the decision making whenever it's a large purchase. For me has been so hard for me, because there were many years that I didn't have any money to make a big purchase. So whenever I was going to make a big purchase, I had to really be careful about that decision, because I'm not going to be able to make that decision again anytime soon. So it's stuck with me, even whenever, for things as small as like $50, where it's not as big of a deal as it once was. Guilt and shame are different. That is correct. They are. Guilt is very easier to overcome. Uh-huh. Many of our actions and reactions are driven by the subconscious mind. It's just an automatic process. It's like you're just on cruise control. You ever drive yourself to work or to the grocery store or something, and you're just on autopilot? That's kind of how the subconscious works. It's like, oh wow, how did I get here? Because it just does it for you, because it realizes your patterns and it makes these quick decisions. So a lot of times we can't slow down enough to make the decision with our prefrontal cortex instead of with our automatic brain. But the big thing that we're going to talk about today is our belief systems. Our subconscious mind houses our core beliefs, our values, what shape our worldview, our self-image. These beliefs, the beliefs, can impact our confidence, our motivation, our outlook on life. They often influence our decisions and behaviors without us consciously even realizing it. Those beliefs can also intertwine into habit formation and then changing habits. We have to reprogram our subconscious mind in order to make those new things easier throughout time. But it also can affect our things like our intuition and our gut feelings. It's crazy how much of these things that it can really influence and impact and just change the trajectory of things. I think it's just so amazing how many advancements there have been in the brain, neuroscience, thank you, to help us understand, the impact of how it all works and goes together. Because it's so powerful. Have you ever? Now we're going to get into the self-talk part, because this is where we're always listening. What did you say? What did you say to yourself? And I want to know if you've ever said any of these things to yourself. I'll never be able to stick to a diet. I'm so lazy when it comes to exercise. I can't resist junk food. I have no willpower. I always fail at losing weight. I hate my body. I'll never look as good as other people. I'm too out of shape to exercise. I'll never reach my goal weight. I'm destined to be overweight forever. I feel ashamed every time I eat. I can't control my cravings. I'm not disciplined enough to lose weight. I'll just gain all the weight back anyway. I'm too old to change my habits. I'm not worthy of being healthy. I don't deserve to feel good about myself. I'll never fit into those clothes. I always sabotage my weight loss efforts. I'm too busy to prioritize my health. My metabolism is just slow. I can't lose weight. I've tried everything and nothing works for me. I'm embarrassed to exercise in public. I'll never be able to resist emotional eating. I'm not strong enough to resist temptation. I'm just destined to be overweight because of my genetics. Oh my gosh. So many of these things. But if you are talking to yourself and your subconscious mind is listening to it, the more you say these things and the more you repeat it, the more that your subconscious mind is going to believe these things to be true. And therefore, the auto response that it's going to throw up is going to back up those claims that you made. So if you believe it to be true, it will be. It will be. You just keep convincing yourself of it. And it's so, we have to be very careful at the words that we're using, what we're saying to ourselves, what we're saying to other people, what we're saying about other people. If for some reason, this is just an example, if you've always described skinny women as those skinny bitches and talked negatively about them and thought they were not awesome, but you were actually just trying to lift yourself up in a way. You really didn't 100%, mean anything bad about them, but you were just, kind of like a defensive type of thing. Anyway, but you've put it into your brain that people, those people that you're talking about weren't very good, and you didn't like them, and you didn't want to be like them. But now you do. So now your brain's confused because it's like, but I thought you thought that those were skinny bitches, and that's not a good thing. See how you're giving conflicting messages to your brain? It doesn't know what to do. It's like, whoa, I'm confused. Simple little things like this can really, in the subconscious mind, affect small, tiny little actions. And it's a billion tiny actions added up over time that get you weight loss results. Tiny bitty actions over time. Tiny bitty ones. So much better of it because I know I can do anything. See, that is what we need to be saying to ourselves. I can do anything I can put my mind to. So very important that if you hear this in your head, no, you just correct yourself. I used to think that, but I no longer believe that about myself. I know that I can do anything, whatever it is, however you want to reframe that statement, just make sure you catch it and you tell it, no, that's not true anymore. Sometimes these thoughts, these little phrases, these little tiny little whatevers, they just slip by. And we want to catch them. We want to hear them. We want to just say, no. You would say that to your friend, right? If you had a friend that was sitting next to you and saying, I'm never going to be able to resist temptation. Please don't order, the bread basket because I am not strong enough to resist that temptation. Would you correct them? If they were a really good friend of yours, would you correct them? Would you? Don't be a can't all the time. You got to remind yourself. It is so important to send these reminders up, because unfortunately, these negative statements, they get just like ingrained in there, and it takes time and effort from us to really change it, but we can. That's the awesomeness about the neural pathways of the brain, is that they can change. We can change them. We can make it believe something else. So that's all we want to do, is believe we can. Like Misty says, overcome and adapt. I'm a, I can overcome and adapt to anything. And I'm stealing it. And she says it better than me, but I love it. So why not? So when you think about your beliefs, do you believe that you're not a good cook? Do you believe that you're bad at time management? Do you believe that you don't like a certain type of exercise? Do you believe that you don't like water? Do you believe that um, you can't stop eating after you start eating a certain food item? Do you believe that, I don't know, I want you to sit down. I want you to think about it. Modify, adapt, overcome. There we go. So think about your beliefs. What are some, oh, by the way, don't forget, every week I have a download that you can get on my website, adventuresofdeanna.com. If you go to the little place that says downloads, or you go to Saturday Morning Ritual and click on the episode for the week, either way, you'll get it. You'll get the download, and it has these kind of questions written out so that you can, write about it either while we're on the live stream or after the live stream. I always forget to tell you guys, but it's out there and you can get it. And sometimes I link it in the description, but sometimes I don't because I'm short on time. Anyway, what are some beliefs you hold about yourself that might be limiting your potential? How have these beliefs influenced your behaviors and decisions in the past? Are there any beliefs you would like to challenge or change to better align with your goals and your aspirations? Oh, that's not where we're at. Whatever. We'll go here. Hmm. Mhm. Mm-mm. Okay, that's later. That's later. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Anyway, we're back. Hello. Welcome. I'm Tiana. Hi, Jess. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining us today. Oh, I love what Misty said. I think positive reinforcement helps people start to see the negative talk where they aren't aware. Mhm. It does. It does. It does. It does. Love it. So we're listening to these thoughts that we have. They can shape our beliefs that we have about ourselves, but we have tools available to us to rewire those neural pathways in our brain to overcome this negative self-talk. And one of the ways that I think is sometimes a little bit laughed at, sometimes maybe by some people, um, thought about negatively, thought of as not important, is affirmations. So affirmations, they help us and they work with the subconscious mind by repeatedly feeding it positive messages that gradually replace negative or limiting beliefs. So just repetition and consistency help with that. When you repeatedly say something, it starts to sink into your subconscious mind. Just like if you repeatedly tell yourself you're lazy, you might be more lazy. But if you repeatedly tell yourself that you are, why isn't that plugged in? What's going on? Sorry, something's not plugged in. And I don't want everything to die. Could have sworn it was plugged in. Anyway, if it dies, I'm sorry. Um, Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. I got to fix this because I don't want this to die because I'm like really having a good time talking. I did it in 30 seconds. Yes. Look at me. I'm so amazing. All right. So, as we were saying, we just want to help reinforce our new beliefs and overwrite any old negative thought patterns that we have by, positive framing situations. Affirmations are framed in a positive and a present tense. We want to use our affirmations as like the desired outcome has already been achieved. Instead of saying, I want to be confident, just say, I am confident. I am confident. And it tells your subconscious mind that that's reality. And the more often you say it, the more it starts to believe it. And it becomes your belief that you are confident. Yes, you are amazing. Wait, I know I clicked on that. Hello. Hello. There we go. Amazing. It creates the new neural pathways, like I was saying, when you're using these affirmations, you're creating these neural pathways in your brain. It's known as neuroplasticity, and it allows your brain to adapt and change based on your experiences and, your thoughts. And it's going to take just a little bit of time, just a little bit of time. You got to keep practicing it. That's one of the things. Some people think that, oh, well, I tried that affirmation business for like 5 days and it didn't work. It's going to take a little longer than that. How long were you telling yourself negative things? You've got to give it time. It's a practice. It's a ritual. But over time, your subconscious will start to believe these things as true. Even if initially you doubt the statements, continued repetition, it will break down any resistance that you're feeling to whatever it is. And it helps us to change our self-image. Change our self-image by affirming positive qualities. We're just changing how we perceive ourselves on a deeper level. It was so hard for me whenever I started doing this live stream, when I was doing the ABCs of weight loss. Thank you all for having been with me for that long. You're amazing and awesome, and I appreciate you. But it was hard because, like, who am I to have a live stream? Who am I to talk about this stuff? And it would be difficult, and I'd feel kind of awkward about the whole situation. But the more that I practice doing it, the more that I feel good about myself, the more that I say, oh man, you did a great job at that. It gets easier and easier. But it's one of those things I just have to, keep telling myself, these good and positive things. And it does change your brain, the way that you think. It's amazing. Also, emotional association. Emotional association is so important. Do you know what it feels like to be confident? Do you know what it feels like to be an active person? Do you know what it feels like to be successful? Does your face change when you talk about these things? Do you feel that emotion? When you're saying your affirmations, you want to feel these things the best that you can manage, because the emotion kind of paired with the words, it makes it more powerful. The emotions like are just this powerful trigger. It just like gives it some electricity, some energy, some va va voom. I don't know what the right word is. But when you feel really good while you're saying it, your brain's like, yes, I want more of that. I like it to feel good. So you just want to keep doing it. And then it just, again, it helps put it into our beliefs, because sometimes we have limiting beliefs that are just blocking us, that are keeping us from becoming the most amazing, awesome person that we know that we can be, some little portion of us at least, some little portion. So what we're doing is like kind of like getting out of our comfort zone or expanding our comfort zone. We're just expanding our beliefs, because I believe that we all believe that we can achieve whatever, but that belief is small, but we want that belief to get bigger and bigger. We want to expand it over time, right? Isn't it right? That's what we want to do. We just want to expand it while everything else shrinks down. So these affirmations, they can be really effective whenever we practice them, whenever we're relaxed, such as if we're doing meditation, when we're sleeping, during stretching exercises. I feel like I get a lot of benefit out of um, affirmations that I do whenever I'm stretching, especially whenever I'm stretching after a workout and I'm telling myself about how I'm becoming an athlete or um, really active or so much. Look how strong you're becoming. You're going to be so strong. It's just, it feels really good during those times. And it just, I can feel the effectiveness of affirmations. I can feel the effectiveness of how it has changed the way I think about certain things. The sad thing is that I often forget to practice my affirmations. Do you find yourself forgetting to practice affirmations, or you never practiced affirmations, or where are you? Let me know. I'm just curious. I'm a curious person. I'm not a judgy person. Not at all. I like to know what other people think. That's it. I'm not going to challenge you on it. So, no, okay, this is not going to give you overnight results. It's not going to do anything, you know, magical like that, but it is going to help you gradually shift the way that you think. And it's going to help you with, just transformation over time. That's it. So, do you have a hard time with affirmations? Do you have a hard time coming up with positive things to say about yourself? I'm curious about that. I am curious about that. So, everybody in the chat, I want everybody in the chat write down three. I want you to write them down on paper too, but I also want you to write them in the chat. 3 positive affirmations that resonate with you and reflect what your desired self image is. Everybody write 3. Oh my God, it's so hard. It's homework. Oh, Deanna's so mean. She makes us write stuff down or put it in the chat. Hi, Cheryl. We're writing affirmations in the chat. We're having fun writing affirmations in the chat. Oh, I can't spell. I'm trying to type mine in the chat and I can't spell. There we go. I win. I got one down. How about you? Did anybody else write down an affirmation? What is an affirmation that you would like to share with us? Just waiting, just waiting. Nobody else has anything positive, no positive things they can say about who they want to be. I'm adaptable and lovable. You are worth it, Mary. You are. Don't you quit. You can do it. Don't they take a while to type and come through? They do. It's like the delay. The delay. It's maddening. So how do they make you feel whenever you type, when you say them? You are worth it. How does that make you feel? What impact does that have on your mindset? So how can you integrate them into your daily life? Are they fully integrated into your daily life? Can you, if somebody was following you around and recording everything you did and everything that you said in your head or out loud, could you without a doubt say in the last week you gave yourself a positive affirmation every single day? Can you say that? Can you say that? I don't know if I could. I don't know that I could. So the next part of our wonderful day is we have to plan for the week ahead. We have to think about what happened last week. Did I say positive things to myself every single day? Did I? Well, if I didn't, we needed, how can I get better at that? How can I get better at telling myself that I am awesome, that I am amazing, that I am courageous, that I am brave, that I am strong, that I can do anything, that I can resist temptation, that I'm a really good cook, that I'm awesome at meal planning. We got a nope and we got a yes. We got a nope and we got a yes. So think about your past week. What's the plan for the week ahead? What's the weather like? Weather has been terrible here with storms and tornadoes and flooding and all of the things. We don't really, it's hard to even know what to be prepared for. But bad weather is one of the things at this period in time that we have to be ready for. Like, do you have an emergency supply if your power goes out? Do you have ways, to eat the way that is in line with your goals? We need to be kind of, we can't just kind of wing it like we always do sometimes. We need to have a plan because we never know really what's going to happen. Is there anything that you need to be prepared for, such as like Mother's Day? Is it emotionally hard for you? Is it physically hard for you? Is it whatever? So maybe we need to make some plans around that. Anything in your work life? There's lots to think about whenever we're making plans for the week ahead and how we can best handle. And sometimes one great way is to just kind of role play all the situations in your head to think about, this is how I'm going to handle that situation. We're going to talk more on that in the coming weeks. But by visioning these things, by scripting it, by writing it out, it does affect the neural pathways in our brain. It does affect our subconscious. So more on that. But before we're gonna talk about we're just
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights,
that's driving me crazy.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I...
Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Took some time, but we pointed out that tomorrow isn't here right now, baby. An absent mind came to roam around. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Bumps in the road, many obstacles. But when we fall, we get up and go, baby. The way they think is paradoxical. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go.
I will never forget. I will never ever forget that whenever I was in my 20s and I had lost 80 pounds, I was at my goal weight and nobody had seen me for like a couple of years. And I came back home for a family function and my grandma said to me, "Don't worry, you'll gain it all back." It was so offensive. But I let that replay in my head so much. And I wonder how much of letting that, hearing that and letting that sink into my brain. And I wonder how much of that impacted me, like changed like some of my behaviors or whatever. I don't know if any of it did or not, but I still remember it. And I remember it really surprised me. But and I think my subconscious mind somehow listened to that. And that's today we explored the power of our subconscious mind, the impact that it has on our beliefs, on our weight loss journey. But I want you to remember that positive affirmations can reshape our self-image. It can transform our mindset. If we really embrace the affirmations and practice them, it can just help us with our self-love, and it's going to help us. It's really going to help to achieve our goals. So I hope you incorporate them into your daily plans. I hope you make it part of your daily ritual. Choose positive statements that feel good with you. Don't just because somebody else has success with one, if it doesn't feel right for you, then it's not the right one for you. Try a whole bunch of them out until you find one that, or find the ones that really, really stick and really help with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed our talk. I'm so thankful and so grateful every single day for all of you. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for coming to this Saturday morning ritual. Okay, so it's time to go. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay curious, stay determined. Until next time, keep writing, keep exploring, keep losing those pounds. I'll see you later. Thank you again for coming. Bye.
Come move your body. Come move your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the